Hey everybody, Gary with Basecamp Trading. Let's take a look at how we were trading the ES today. You could see that actually in the London session, the ES actually started to take on a little more of a bullish tone. Um, we had this break underneath the 200, but as usual, price did not stay underneath there. You had this really bullish bar, had a bottoming tail, and then the entire body of this bar was all buying, closed above the 50 EMA, causing the 5 and 13 to cross to the upside. Had a little pullback right here, and then closed back above the 50 EMA on a triggered bull flag. Now all this is happening in the London session. We're not trading any of this, of course, but this set the bullish tone for the ES coming into the US Open. This bar right here was the open, and as always on the open, you get whips to the upside, whips to the downside, and once price clears, the stocks typically will pick a direction. And right here on this bar, you can see had a little bottoming tail, bounced right off the 50 EMA, and then the entire body of this bar was all buying. This was an extremely bullish bar, keeping the 5 and the 13 crossed to the upside. Again, price is above the cloud, above the 5 and the 13, above the 50, above the 200. We have bullish momentum. And the ES was just really the long side for the most part, was the only side to trade the ES on. You can see we never even had a close underneath the 5 EMA today. I mean, the ES was just strong bullish all day. Momentum was bullish, price action was bullish. Right in here, we consolidated during the lunchtime, which is typical. We often get some slow price movement during lunch. Set up the bull flag, triggered to the upside, and then really the ES never looked back pretty much the rest of the afternoon. The way we were actually trading that was off of the Interenco chart. And you can see right in here was the lunchtime. We had this significant pivot low down here at 32.22 and 3/4. We had our significant pivot high up here at 32.30 and 3/4, and then we just kind of chopped in between there during the lunch hour. Even though we were in consolidation, you could see this still had a slight bullish tone to it. We were making higher lows. The moving averages at best flattened out a little bit, but really for the most part just stayed in alignment the whole time. And there were several ways that could have initially entered this. We mentioned that we had an aggressive entry right here because we were still in consolidation, but we had an aggressive entry. We had a fast line zero touch. That's what the magenta arrow is, and what that's indicating is the fast line on MQ momentum pulled down to the zero line, gave us a momentum reset. The zero line is the line that the histogram moves above and below. So we had a nice momentum reset, wick out of the cloud, all the moving averages still in alignment, above the smooth 50, above the cloud. Our 30-minute chart was still bullish. So now you would have taken a little heat. You can see you had a couple of pullbacks here in this consolidation, and this took a little while to actually break out of here. So if you had taken this trade, you would have been okay. You wouldn't have got stopped out, but you would have taken a little bit of heat because we did chop for quite a while still in this consolidation, because this bar actually triggered at 11:30, basically 11:35 Central Time, and we didn't break out of this channel until like 12:18 Central Time. So even though this triggered and worked out, you still in the chop for another whole half hour, and actually took a little bit of heat if you took that trade. But anyhow, if you did, it still worked out. Personally did not trade that. Then we did get the consolidation break right here, and this was a pretty solid breakout. We were still bullish on the 30-minute chart at that time, and this pushed up and really made a very small pullback. Inside this bar here, we had a really small pullback, but didn't act like a run on stops and just continued to work its way higher. That consolidation break was right there at the pivot high of 32.30 and 3/4. Our first target was up there at 32.41. Took a little while, but we got there. And then our extended target was 32.48.75, which we also managed to get to. Actually broke above it by a little bit, but that was our big target for the day. And that didn't just rip up there. That was pretty much a whole afternoon's worth of trading. So the markets were slow moving, but they were slow moving to the upside. Again, there was nothing on the 30-minute chart that ever suggested that we look for shorts. Our Renko chart was bullish. We had a nice Trend to Pro 2.0 wick off the 18 that led to a really nice move to the upside. Again, that triggered at 32.38 and a half, and our goal was up there at 32.48 and 3/4. So that's 10 full ES points to the upside, or $500 per contract. So all in all, a nice bullish day in the ES, and just trading ES to the long side today.